Morning, everyone. Coach Lue will be coming up first. Hey, Dennis, how's it going?
Great.
Good.
Okay. What's up? What's up, Ty? Oh, hey. Continue to keep using these next 5 or 6 days of just getting better offensively, understand what we're trying to do, and then the same as on the defensive end as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. Move over to Andrew Greif.
Hey, good morning, Ty. I remember last week you were saying that you were really hoping to get together with the team for some sort of event. I don't know if it was a dinner or something else, but what were you able to do, and kind of what were your hopes to get across to the guys?
We did have a little session, but I don't know if I can talk about it. You have to ask Lawrence first. But we did have a session. It was fun actually. Didn't know how it would go, but all the guys liked it. I liked it. The coaching staff, they loved it as well. So it was a nice little thing we had. So I don't know if I can discuss it out loud.
Let's ask it this way: when you were with Cleveland, what sort of preseason gatherings did you hold?
We did all kinds of different things. We did a lot of stuff, but then it wasn't. We didn't have COVID going on, so it's a little different. So you can get out and tell guys we're gonna go to practice and get on a bus and go different places and things like that. So it's a little different now with the circumstances.
For sure. Thanks, Ty.
You can go ahead.
Hey, Ty, just to piggyback off that, I know you can't talk about what you guys did, but can you talk about maybe what your message was for the season to your team?
Just getting to know each other. I think personally, off the court, just things you don't know about each other that you would find interesting about one another and about a different person. And then after we did that, we kind of shared it amongst the group. So it was some things that guys had no idea about other guys, and it was something that it was very personal.
Well, what was the most interesting thing you found out or discovered about one of your players?
I'm not saying.
Thanks, Ty.
Yes, sir.
Sabrina.
Ty, I'm curious, with Marcus out, are you still planning on having Nick Batum in the starting lineup at the 4, or are you considering other options there to still keep experimenting?
Nick Batum.
Any reason for that?
Any reason for it?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he's a 6'4" veteran. 6'9" veteran who can play the 4, the 3, and a little bit of 2 as well. A great passer, a great ball handler. He just adds another dimension to our team for a guy who can dribble, pass, and shoot. And he can guard 3 or 4 different positions. So that's our thinking going into it.
Thanks. We'll move over to Corey.
Hey, Coach Lue, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
What players you would say that have stepped up from a leadership role that is pretty much unexpected from you?
Unexpected?
Yes.
I wouldn't say unexpected, but I think Lue has done a great job with just the way he's approached camp. Pat Beverly has been great. PG has been really good, and just, stepping up, taking the ownership of leadership. So I think, with a veteran team that we have, a lot of guys, we're doing it by committee. And Serge has been a voice, even though he's new, he's been a great for us as well. So we just kind of do it by committee, just trying to do the right thing. And not having onus on one person. Let's all do it the right thing.
And we'll go over to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. Hope you're well. Are you going to watch Kawhi on Kimmel tonight?
No.
No.
I didn't know he was coming on, but I might. I'm just messing. I'm not sure. I didn't know he was coming on. So thanks for telling me that.
There you go. And I guess just also,
he's actually going on to be interviewed.
that's what it says on Jimmy Kimmel's website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi's not a guy who does a lot of that. Like,
Right.
Right?
Yeah, so that's good. I definitely will tune in and try to see what he's talking about.
What do you think he might say?
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But I'm interested to see though.
All right, on. And then I guess obviously, like for a guy like Kawhi or PG or you, just a second year in a place, you have a different level of familiarity. Do you see that showing with these players who've been here or going into year two?
I'm sorry, you said see that what?
Do you see like another level of like kind of comfort and familiarity with players and going into year two?
I think so. PG and Kawhi, just learning how to play with each other, not having to defer and making each other better as well as making their teammates better. But you do see a sense of comfort, with guys now in their second year, being around guys and playing with guys more. And like I said, it's big for us in training camp because, we have everybody on the floor and healthy to start the season. So it's been good for us, and we just got to continue to keep building every day.
Cool, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. That's all the time we got for you today. And again, guys, Luke will be coming up next. Luke, how you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Today I'm doing well. We'll start off with Justin Russo.
Hey, how you doing? Most people, I would say, don't know that you're naturally right-handed. So how would you assess to someone and try to describe your game as a passer being so ambidextrous with both hands?
I'm sorry, I kind of cut out there at
I'm
the
sorry.
beginning. No, you're good.
Naturally, you're right-handed, and some people don't know that. So how would you describe to someone your game as a passer being so ambidextrous?
Yeah, I think just being able to come off like screens, passing the ball, playmaking with both hands, it's been kind of like a positive thing in my game since I've been playing basketball. So, I grew up playing football. I played quarterbacks, and I throw right-handed. So I'm pretty confident and strong with my right hand. And most of the things that I do, I just kind of shoot left-handed. So, I'm able to kind of work in, both ways of just playmaking and passing the ball and, shooting shots around the rim with both hands. So, it's definitely a positive thing about my game and just something I can continue to grow off of.
Thanks. We'll go over to Farbod.
Hey, Luke. Ty Lue had mentioned the team had went out on a little team bonding event, to get guys to know each other a little bit more. Was there something interesting you learned about your teammates that you didn't know before?
Yeah, we actually, talked with like some coaches and a couple of our teammates, and it was pretty cool. We just kind of asked each other, just some simple questions, like about some, favorite musical artists and stuff like that. So there were a few interesting answers, that's for sure. One of our coaches, I'm not going to call him old, but one of his favorite rappers was Lil Baby, and he's like kind of a newer guy, and it's just some funny things that just to kind of get to know some people, stuff they kind of grew up doing. So it was a really cool thing. Never really done anything like that before. It was just cool to sit down, talk face to face with a few guys and get to know them a little bit.
Move over to Miriam.
Hey, Luke. Hope you're doing well. So obviously you hadn't played NBA basketball like almost for real for a long time. How did it feel the last couple of games?
It felt good to be back on the court. Like you said, it's been a long time for me especially. So in terms of just being back on the court, playing basketball, what I love to do, it was really exciting. And a lot of things that I learned and took away from the last couple of games. Just I struggled to find some rhythm during those first couple of games and just getting back into the pace of the game. Kind of controlling my own pace. It's been a while, but I'm not one to make excuses about anything. So I'd gotten to the gym the last couple of days and worked on the things that I saw happening in the last few games and just trying to correct some things. So, rhythm's getting back and, I'm excited to just continue to move forward, continue to work within this next week. We have one more preseason game, and just looking to take that as an opportunity to get better, learn, and, just get everything where we need it to be for our first game coming up.
We've got time for one more question here. You can go ahead, Jordan.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. You just talked about, just getting back into the flow of things. Can you just talk about, how it's been just for you, playing the point guard positions and making reads out of the pick and roll? There's been a lot of situations where you, Kawhi, and Paul George bring the ball up and, make reads out of the pick and roll. How has that been for you? And, what are some of the things that you've seen in a film session that you can, learn and make reads off of?
Yeah, a few things that I saw was making decisions quicker, being more physical. On both ends of the court, but in the pick and roll, just being more physical with guys. Creating some more space, and just making decisions quicker. Not holding on to the ball for too long if I don't need to. So that's just kind of the thing about getting into the pace of the game, getting my rhythm back. So that it's been good. The first couple of games have been good just to get back into that the game-like situation. So, but yeah, Coach Lue is confident. We have a lot of guys that can that can handle the ball and pick and rolls and make good decisions. So, if any of us are in the game, if we get a rebound, he wants us to just push it, and then we kind of just play out of our offense and get guys open shots. So, we're looking forward to just continuing to work this next week. And getting better, getting a feel for one another, and just to be ready to go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. Have a good practice.
Thanks.
Doing well. We'll go ahead and start with Justin Russo.
Hey, Reggie, how you doing?
Oh, how about yourself, Justin?
I'm doing all right. Speaking about how you're doing, you missed the game on Sunday due to the health protocol. So I was just wondering, without going into too much detail, I guess, is how are you doing, and how's life trying to adjust to the new health and safety protocols?
I feel good. It's a new norm. I think we've all been getting used to it. Even before the time we went back to the bubble. So the pandemic's kind of changed everything. Like I said, it's a new norm, but proud the league's taking proper protocol to make sure everything's right for everybody, and it's something that we're going to have to get used to. But I feel perfectly fine, and I'm ready to go.
Mike, you can go ahead.
Hey, Reggie. Wanted to ask you, you were a part of the team last year in the playoffs. You have a lot of the returning team. What's the mindset kind of approaching this season?
The mindset this season is a new season. Every day we're going to do our best to be our best, to get better, and just take it one step at a time. Once we get to the end of the season, we'll see where we're at. We're just going to continue to measure ourselves versus ourselves each and every day.
And what's the comfort level with like you and Marcus and all those moving parts you guys had going into towards the end of last season?
I think we feel a little more comfortable being around the group of guys that we are, the ones that we've established here, been here for a while. And we all understand that it's not necessarily an entirely new system, but it's going to have some wrinkles. We got a new head coach, so we're trying to find a way to play within his system the way that he wants us to play. Like I said, we're just trying to go out here and be our best. Each and every individual is trying to be the best that they can so that we can be better as a consummate whole.
Andrew, you can go ahead.
Reggie, hello. You were obviously thrown into this mix midway through last season, and you're kind of asked to get to know the guys on very short notice. What was it like to have a chance to bond with the guys? Ty and Luke talked about you guys doing a team bonding last week. What was that like? And what do you feel like you got out of that, being able to really spend more time around guys than last year?
You got to get to know guys a little more, kind of icebreaker kind of thing. Just getting to know teammates, getting to know more staff members, understanding that we're trying to come together as a collective whole. And the best part is to get to know somebody beyond basketball so that you have more of an emotional time once you actually get on that court. You care more about the person. So I think they're doing a good job, Coach Lue, as we're trying to implement ways for us to get to know each other. And I'm looking forward to continuing to do it throughout the season.
Ty was kind of joking that he didn't want to divulge too many details, but can you share where did this happen? Was this the facility? Is this over dinner? What happened?
I couldn't even hear you said, what did you say?
I said, did this take place over dinner? Was this at the facility? Like, how'd you guys do this outing?
We just got together. The details, that's above my pay grade. So if the big guy didn't tell you necessarily what we did, then I can't. But just know that we had a good time hanging out and getting to know each other.
Thank you, Reggie.
Appreciate it, Andrew.
We'll go to Ohm.
Reggie, what's up? Good seeing you, man. I'm just wondering, last year, obviously, you were just kind of thrust into this team in the middle of the season. I'm wondering, what has Ty talked to you about your role this season, how it might be different than what you had last year?
We haven't really necessarily talked about it too much. Felt like we were playing as a team. We were playing great. We were trying to find a stride as a collective whole before the pandemic. Unfortunately, everything that happened that transpired after did. But I felt comfortable getting to know the guys, the way that we were playing basketball. I enjoyed playing the way we were, at high energy, playing collectively together and finding a way to get wins. Other than that, I just want to contribute in any way, and we'll figure that out more so as we go. But I think everybody's focused on just trying to be the best that they can, so that when we come together as a collective whole, like I said, and as we're doing now, we can be a better team.
Thanks, Reggie.
Moving to Miriam.
Hey, Reggie, good to see you, man.
Hey, Miriam, how you doing?
I'm all right. Hey, so PG, obviously your pal PG signed a nice extension last week, and I just wonder, you as his buddy going back so far, like what did you feel about that, and what'd you tell him?
Much deserved. Honestly, when PG signed his extension, is much deserved. He worked extremely hard. One of the greatest people you'll meet. Very humble, very loving, very welcoming. So hard working. Honestly, one of the hardest workers I've been around. So he deserved everything that's come his way. His family, I'm happy for them as well. I'm happy to see my bro get his just dues, and especially to sign on and lock up somewhere where he wants to be and where his family can really be an integral part, and especially these formative years of his life. So it's been great just to see, necessarily more so off the court, being around his family and getting to understand that now he doesn't have to go to a different city and play anywhere else, but they can have more family time. They can all be together, friends and family. We can all continue to support him. So I'm happy for him.
Awesome.
Right, Reggie, that's all the time we got for you. Have a good practice.
I think y'all have a good one.